Hello and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. This is a Scottish whiskey showdown. We've got Glen Moray Speyside Single Malt Scotch, the Elgin Classic. Glen Moray established in 1897. Pretty bottle, shaped like a copper pot still. Aged approximately 6 years according to the website. There's a video on the website. I put a link below, and the guy's talking about its age approximately 6 years. So that can vary, but officially no age statement. Imported by Prestige Wine and Spirits Group of Princeton, Minnesota. Prestige does not own Glen Moray, but they handle the importing, just like they do own the Windsor Canadian, though they own that brand now. B Aviation says, good morning, guten Morgen. I'm trying to learn Dutch, haha. It shouldn't be too hard. Dutch and English are very close to each other. All right, Ardbeg, plastic cap, 10 years. This is aged 10 years. We know it says it on the bottle, age statement. This is Islay. So this is from the island of Islay, Islay, as they pronounce it, Islay. But it's spelled Islay. But Islay and Speyside. There's a foil cap on that one. Price. Well, I paid $20. I got it before the price went up. I bought this at Walmart, and it was $24.95. But the price did jump up. But I got it when it was at the good choice price, $24.95. This was $46.95. So 25 versus 47. That's a $22 difference. Is the Ardbeg going to be $22 better? Hey, look, I don't know. We're about to find out. It's going to be different. Like somebody pointed out, well, why are you doing a smoky Islay against a bready Speyside? Basically what he was saying. I said, well, I know it doesn't totally make sense, but like I said, before I even started this taste challenge series, it might be something that people don't want to watch, you know. So if people skip watching it, I can't take issue with that. Not to say people have to watch any of the videos. All right, anyway, but you know what I mean. Now the next challenge is coming up is going to be blended Scotch, and it's going to be Ballantine's versus all the other ones I have. Ballantine's is good. I enjoy it, but I don't think it's like really remarkable in the sense that, oh, wow, it's so different. You got to try it. No, it's just like, so, okay. This is one of those press board corks. In other words, it's not a pure chunk of cork. It's like little chips of cork pressed together. I don't know how they do that. They probably have some kind of machinery that sort of like glues it together. But anyway, that's what it is. See if I got the, that's not, well, it might be enough, I guess. Yeah. Should be enough. Now the Ardbeg is so light. It's non-chill filtered, and apparently there's no color added because after 10 years, look how light it is. So now the Glen Moray, it doesn't talk about non-chill filtering, but it's very light as well. It's aged about 6 years, like I say, give or take, but the website says that 6 years, and it's very light. So they probably do not have coloring added, because then they would be darker. Okay, put the little cap. Been very happy with the Glen Moray. I would like to try the 12-year age, and the super duper, and the fancy deluxe, and the super duper trifecta, quadruple, elaborate versions. So yeah, you can get, now you're going to probably pay about $28 for it now. Like I said, the price went up. If you go to the 12-year, now you're looking at about $10 more. And then keep climbing the ladder, you may be paying hundreds of dollars for some of the fancy Glen Morays. BC's Beer Reviews. Good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, BC. Thanks for watching at this early dawn hour, although I know it's nearly 7 o'clock in the southern Michigan region. Trying to think. I want to review a beer today. Trying to think which one though. I know it's I can't remember. Oh, I know what it is. What am I thinking? It's one of those Samuel Adams variety packs. It'll be a revisit. The Holiday Porter, or the Winter Lager, or the Samuel Adams Boston Lager. I don't think I'm gonna revisit that one. I've done enough of those. Be a good taste challenge though. Haha. But anyway, yeah, that's what's coming up in. And I have a lot of stouts, but I got to save those to review on Stout Sunday. And I got to do those on Sunday. Burley Sullivan says, do you have to legally say that you add coloring in whiskey? No. Nope. I'm seeing a faint light outside right now in Michigan. Yeah, it's a faint light here. All right. Time for the taste challenge. Sweetbread. That's the Elgin Classic. And this is going to be smoke. Watch. Yeah. So you got smoky, peaty malt, and you got the sweet malt. So with the Speyside, you don't get the smoky peat application, and with the Islay, you get the smoky peat application. Now, some people are very definitive in their opinions. They'll be like, oh, this is better than that. No, it's what you prefer. It's like saying cheesecake is better than apple pie because you prefer cheesecake over apple pie. No, some people can't stand cheesecake and they rather eat apple pie. And some people can't stand apple pie and want cheesecake. And some people like me like both. So it's a personal preference issue. And I notice a lot of reviewers will confuse personal preference with quality level. I saw a video just yesterday. The guy saying, I can't remember what beer because I was watching a lot, but he was saying, well, I don't like this type of beer, so I'm going to give it a C, something like that. I said, well, the beer does not exist because of you, it exists whether you reviewed it or not. So how about you grade it on the quality level of the beer, not on your personal preference? But that's all the time. You see it all the time. Saying, oh, this IPA is bad because I don't like bitterness. I prefer the fruitier ones. Well, good. Great. That's not a good review. I'm seeing, checking in, Ron says Jeep and Foodie. Hey, Jeep and Foodie. Burley says strawberry rhubarb pie is the best. Never had it. Okay, so I'm going to take the links down for the Elgin Classic. I don't think I need that up there anymore. It's a very nice website. A very nice website. And I think they're owned by La Martiniquais of France. I'm pretty sure. Because all these companies, they always getting bought out left and right. Domaine de Fleurin, Blancfort, Avenue of the Republic. It's got to be La Martiniquais. The terms are governed by French law. Well, who else is going to be? Now, Tomatin is a Japanese-owned company, I believe. Privacy and cookies. I think that's where it's going to show the La Martiniquais. Bardenet. They're calling it Bardenet. Oh, well, it got bought out. Maybe La Martiniquais sold it to Bardenet. But you know what? Who really cares? Because somebody was posting something on, I'm not looking at all of this. Somebody was posting something on Alcohol Eggs about Here's a schematic. It was like a site map. Here's a schematic of all the beer brands and all the beer breweries and who owns them. Like who makes your beer? You know, the ultimate owner. Like showing that Heineken had a 49% stake in Paul Honor and everything like that. I said, well, that's interesting, but you really would have to update this schematic every month. Like every month, there's some kind of buyout and something's changing. So, are you doing any Thanksgiving beer reviews with the family? I doubt it, because most of them stopped drinking. The truth. It didn't sit well with them, made them sick, but they didn't know how to, like, what you say, pace themselves. I'm glad in a way, it's good that before I turned 19 years old, I used to have a weak stomach. I get sick a lot off of food. Probably was, I don't know what was wrong with me, but, and throw up and stuff, you know, get sick. Once I got to be 19 years old, that went away. But you see, so I was never into all that heavy party. Well, I was so drunk over the weekend. I was like, wow, great. I went to the LSU football game, but do what you want, you know, and that was my attitude. I'm not going to go do all that stupidity. So it kind of like made me careful. Like, don't drink too much, don't eat too much, you'll get sick. Even though, like I say, it hasn't really been an issue since 1987, you know. But it was like a blessing in disguise. Like getting a nail in my tire this past month was a blessing in disguise, because I realized that all the tires were overinflated. Nissan, now that's Nissan's fault, you see. And so I let the air out to the proper level. I was wondering why that car was riding rough. And when I checked the air, I was like, good grief. Do you believe in rating and quality and personal opinion? This could be a beer I hate because of that I know is well made, but I can't truly say it's a 90 out of 100. Beer Hounds. Hi, Ronaroo. Hello, Bill, Beer Hound. No, I think you have to consider both. It can't be, oh, well, I don't like it, so it's bad, or it's not as good. I've had beers that have been in the high 90s that I would never want to drink. Just wouldn't want to drink them. Why not? I don't like wheat beers. They don't make me sick or anything. I just don't like them. There was a fabulous wheat beer from Lazy Magnolia, the Fleur de Lis. It was like an 8% wheat beer. It was like an imperial wheat ale, Hefeweizen. Not a Hef, it might have been. I never tasted a wheat beer so good, except maybe Vitas from Weihenstephaner. But still in all, even though it was an A+, I just wouldn't want to drink it. I'd rather drink natural ice. Now, if I could drink it once a month, and yeah, I would like it. But of course, I can't drink it at all now because they don't make it anymore. I don't understand. But you know, these wheat beers, they don't last. Like, I mean, some do, of course, like Paul Honor, but and Erdinger. But they used to make a Beta wheat lager. Now that was an unusual product, wheat lager. As soon as I started liking it, they discontinued it. Sweet bread. I think when I first started doing beer reviews, I was more influenced by that. Like, if I liked it or I didn't like it. I tried, but I never tried to be that way. You know what I'm saying? It was never intentional. I never say, it's like these flavored beers, these ones I'm always reviewing. Like, here's the most notorious example, Four Loko. You know, those things, if I would never, ever in my life want to drink a 14% high sugar monstrosity like that. Okay? Like Four Loko Gold and all of these criminalities. Although I did have to admit, and my friend David reluctantly had to admit, if you watched the video, when we did the Four Loko Black, which is trying to mimic like that very rare, impossible to find Mountain Dew Black lime. It was well made, and it did taste, and you use natural flavor. It did taste like black limes and everything. But we were like, "Well, why would you drink it?" You know what I mean? So we did give it an A, but we were like, "Why would you drink it?" You know, what's the compulsion to drink something like that? And some people say alcoholism. That's not really a good argument though, because if you have some kind of alcohol addiction, I mean, there's a lot more mild things that you could destroy your life with. You know what I'm saying? And not that we recommend that. We don't recommend problem drinking. We call it problem drinking in this world, in my world. Because I mean, the Four Loko is so full of sugar, and it would just seem like it would make you sick all the time. But I guess some people have a different constitution. They could drink it, but it's not my. I don't like it. It's still well made. Um, Now here's a perfect example. This video here. Here's a perfect example. We got two Scotch, $12 difference. Is it? I mean, $22 difference. Is this one $22 better? I'm not prepared to say that, because once again, you're going back to this personal preference problem. It's aged longer, 4 years longer. All right. It's higher proof. It's 46%. So yeah, it's a more expensive product. It's going to cost more because it is more. All right. Whereas the Glen Moray Elgin Classic is a simpler product. Less aging, lower proof, more of an introductory model. Just like the Ardbeg, you don't want to pay the full amount. Get the Ardbeg Wee Beastie or Wee Heavy, whatever it's called, 5%. I mean, 5%. 5-year age, excuse me, half the age. You're paying less and you're getting less, but you might prefer getting less because the 10-year might be too strong or whatever. So, but they're all well made. They're all well made. I mean, Ardbeg, you know as well as I do, and I haven't even tried in their other products. You know as well as I do that they don't make bad whiskey. You know that's not going to happen. They might make a type that you don't care for, like one might be aged in rum barrels or something like that, and you might say, "Well, I don't like the way they do that," but you can't say it's bad. And the Glen Moray, you think the company was founded in 1897, and they've been making whiskey for 124 years, but they don't know what they're doing. They just do terrible work. No, wrong. They do great work. So you could go through each of their products and say, well, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that, and evaluate each one according to your preferences and how you feel about it and all of this. But to say it's junk, no. It's like Johnny Walker, you know, the whipping dog of the Scotch world. Why is it the whipping dog? Because it's number one. And when you're on top, then people are going to come after you, you know, and they'll say, Johnny Walker Red, oh, you know, and they make all these outrageous comments. Okay, it's a 3-year age. It's blended, you know, but it's well made. It's not number one. And then they always make this excuse. People, the haters will always make this excuse. Oh, it's because of marketing. You know, millions of people every day drink it, and it's only because of marketing. Oh, well, the television commercials, the radio ads, the newspaper ads, the internet ads. Come on, man. You think they're drinking it constantly because they hate it? And they just like forcing themselves to drink it because they're bamboozled, like they think they like it. I've had people say this. I used to love Budweiser when I thought I liked it. And you drank it for 30 years and you thought you liked it? It took you 30 years to realize you didn't like Budweiser? It probably would have taken me 1 6-pack, probably 1 bottle. So that kind of stuff is like a sham comment. You're just embarrassed that you used to drink it and now you want to be in the craft beer community and be like a big shot in the craft beer community. So you're going to claim that you drank Budweiser for 30 years and you didn't realize you didn't like it. Oh man, give me a break. Like some guy saying, oh, we were married for 30 years and then I realized I didn't love her. Only a fool's going to fall for that. No, you found somebody else. Dummy, we know. You dumped it because you found somebody younger and as you considered better. You said, well, The preacher in the church blessed the wedding. Well, yeah, you could shop around and find any low-grade priest that'll tell you what you want to hear. Like the Jews say that. Go look long enough, you'll find a rabbi that agrees with you. You know, just keep looking, you know. You don't want to do the right thing, so you find somebody that'll go along with you doing the wrong thing. So which of these is better? Why do you think I'm talking about all kind of other stuff? Because I can't decide. Anytime I'm delaying like that, I'm stalling. I'm like Frank. I'm telling Tony to stall him. 7-time grower says cheers. Hi. Okay. B Aviation. You're probably the fairest beer reviewer. Who else will drink affordable beers, quote unquote, and say that they're not terrible just because of cost? I don't know. They might be some. There are other people that are like that. Thought you liked it for 30 years. Yeah. It is a laugh. You're making a laughing face. It's a laugh. Come on, man. And this is an actual person that does beer reviews, guys, on the internet. And he knows what he's talking about. You know, he'll look at a product. Of course, he ain't going to review it unless somebody sends it to him. But anyway, not me. I got to buy it. I got to buy my stuff. Oh, I mean, people do send me stuff. I can't lie. But I mean, I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to refuse to review it if it's not sent to me. I'm going to buy it. I have money. I'm not poor. You know, I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. That's for sure. When I bought Johnny Walker Blue Label, I didn't use credit. I bought it with cash. Yeah, because I had the money. I don't buy stuff on credit. Anyway, you know. Now, I didn't drink Coca-Cola for all those years and realize I didn't like it. I realized I was starting to not like it because something had changed about it. And that's because they started using corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. So I knew something was nasty about it. By the mid-90s, I started turning away from soft drinks because they started having like a nasty note. And I was thinking, this is not the same. It is not the same as the Coca-Cola I used to drink. Because I remember Coca-Cola in the 70s and 80s, and it was sugary, and they used to use, they use a lot of cane sugar. Okay, fine. But it had a distinctive flavor, and they used the coca leaves to give it the stimulant. My father's always saying, that's why your cousin drank it all day long. He was addicted to that stuff. He was addicted to it. I don't know about because of coca leaves. I think he was just because he's kind of crazy in the head like that. But it could have been, but I don't know. I can't figure that out. That's another story that I'll never talk about. But I know there was that real deceptive switcheroo in 1985. You know, it was pretty clever, though, the way they did that. Introduced the new Coke, which got everybody angry. But it was a bait and switch. It was a diversion. You understand? It was a false flag operation in the sense that they had no intention of making new Coke permanently. This is my conspiracy theory. But they were being pressured by the U.S. government to get rid of coca leaves, which is probably healthier than caffeine. You know how the government is. They always try to get you to do stuff that's unhealthy. And then and replace sugar with cheaper corn syrup, high fructose government subsidized corn syrup. So they introduced the new Coke and everybody's in an uproar. I thought it tasted all right. It was different. But that's because it had the high fructose. See, high fructose corn syrup takes a while. It like wears on you. And after a few years, you just can't stand it, you know. But so then they gave in to pressure, which was probably the plot all along. And they said, okay, we'll bring back Coca-Cola, the original. We'll call it Coca-Cola Classic. And so then that caught on like wild, and then nobody was buying new Coke. And so by the mid-90s, around, I don't know, 96, might have been as late as 2000, they kept lingering. They got rid of Coke, new Coke. They called it Coke. But you see, the Classic wasn't the same. It was called the Classic, but it wasn't the same. it was high fructose corn syrup and caffeine. You see, my friend can't stop drinking Coke. The amount of sugar in it is insane. It is insane. I know people that drink Diet Coke. Now, if you think Coke was bad or any cola, and I don't say it's all bad, like Pepsi throwback, you know, the cane sugar Pepsi, or if you can get the Texas produced Dr. Pepper with the cane sugar, it's a lot better, you know. But I know people that's like wrecked their health on that damn Diet Coke. I knew a guy, he's still alive, but he's got a pacemaker and he's 50 years old. Think about that. He would drink this Diet Coke all day long. Every time you saw him walking around his place of work, he had that Diet Coke bottle. And I thought to myself, partner, you are asking for trouble. You should be drinking water. But they won't drink water. These addicts, talk about addiction. They won't drink water. They're going to drink that Diet Coke. They're wrecking their whole internal physiology, you know. Crystal Pepsi. Yeah, I tried it. It was fine. You know, people didn't like it because it didn't have the caramel coloring, so it freaked them out. You know, it was the same product, just didn't have caramel coloring. I don't know why I'm talking about soft drinks because it's got nothing to do with these products. I really am having trouble, you know, because Ardbeg, it's great. Okay, Ardbeg is great. Havana's great. You know, it's good. It's got the smokiness and it's really nice and it's a great product, it's an A+ and everything like that. But it's not for everybody, you know. I bet you half the people I know that say they like Scotch would just hate it. You know, they would hate it because it's smoky. Ooh, they would say, "Whoa, tastes like ink or something," you know. Where they would love the Elgin Classic. I mean, they would love it. They were like, "Oh yeah, that's what I like. Tastes like some good sweet bread," you know. They would just, it's so mild, 40% alcohol. It's so mild. What do I prefer? Well, I prefer the Ardbeg Ten. But I can't sit here and say I prefer it by like a great margin. I can't say I like it $22 more. Yeah, you understand? But I had to pay $22 more because otherwise I wasn't going to get it. They don't have it on cheap. You can't get Ardbeg 10 cheap. You're not going to be like me finding these products for like $15. You're not going to find Ardbeg 10 for $15. If I did see it for $15, I'd probably buy every bottle that the people had. Oh my goodness. Now anyway, it's because, you know, it's who in the world ain't going to buy an A+ whiskey for a C+ price. But anyway, like Weezer would say, anyhow, we finished and we got one last contest for the time being, and it's Ardbeg 10 versus Tomatin Dualkus, or as they call it in Europe, the Legacy. They couldn't call it Legacy here because they got Legacy's Canadian whiskey. So it's a trademark problem. So they say, well, okay, we'll call it a Dualkus, which means legacy in Gaelic. Just like Blue Moon, they can't sell it in Canada because there's some other product called Blue Moon, so they call it Belgian Moon. Trademark problem. Oh, well. So is it going to be very similar to the video you just watched? Yeah, it's going to be like identical, except I won't talk extensively about soft drinks, colas. Tomatin, it's a great product. I got it for I'll tell you what I got it for, $27 at Walmart. 27. Now it's not that cheap now. The price went up. Oh, you don't want to see how much the Tomatin 12 year and the 18 year and all and so forth is at Total Wine. Talk about expensive. Woo woo. Ain't no $27. But then it's a deluxe model, right? It's a deluxe model. So makes sense, common sense. B Aviation says, I was confused when I bought Belgian Moon in Canada. Haha. Yeah, right. So it's a trademark copyright issue. Just like Famosa. If you buy that Guatemalan beer, Famosa, that's a made up name for the US market because the real name is Gallo. That means rooster in Spanish. Well, they couldn't call it Gallo because there's Ernest and Giulio Gallo. There's Gallo wine. They pronounce it Gallo, but they're Italian, not Spanish. And so instead of getting into a big conflict, they just say, oh, well, they changed it to Famosa. But they still have the rooster face on it. The rooster. It's the same label. Look at the two labels. But so they changed it to Famosa. But if you go to Guatemala, it's Gallo. Rooster beer. Oh well. All right. Thanks. What it's got to do with roosters, I don't know. Maybe people hear the rooster calling in the morning at dawn and they get up and drink one. I do not know. All right. Thanks for watching this video production.